Now, from the Ladywood Arts and Leisure Centre, this is TNT News.
From every corner in Ladywood, we're bringing you the latest news.
This is Tonight in Ladywood.
Good evening and welcome to Tonight in Ladywood. I'm Heather Rowley.
And I'm Nikisha Bethrick.
First tonight, another Ladywood business is due to close. Reeves Badges in the Jewellery Quarter has been open for 101 years, but has been forced to close due to foreign imports and cheaper badges.
Norman went to have a look.
So this is the factory here, Reeves factory. It doesn't look much from the outside, but wait until you have a look at what goes on inside the building.
The business was established by William Reeves in 1910 and he handed on to a Mr. Levy and his son Roger, and the current owners are Josh and Jitesh Chauhan, who have been here for 30 years. They have an index of all the badges that the company has ever made.
And there is one for West Bromwich Albion, which shows that they do all the best football teams in the land, and maybe even the Villa as well.
Yes. And we've done so many badges for all the Premiership clubs, first, second, third division clubs. We've done the World Cup, you know, and also Speedway, all the tracks. We've done Bowling Club, we've done promotion works. So everything is made here in the Jewellery Quarter.
The initial designs are made of lead
and inspected before they are engraved on a die by a die sinker. Each die is numbered and there are hundreds of them in the building, so that badges can be made in the future. The shapes are then cut out.
Then we bring the press down, we cut the shape off. It cuts the excess off. Now this badge will go upstairs for having the fittings soldered on the back. So I'm just putting the tubes at the moment. The dots for the solder for the catch. As you can see, the joint between the joint and the badge, the solder's all gone all white. Now that's dried. That's ready to fire.
The next process is to pickle them.
Pickle them in acid.
Right, so these are the ones that have been pickled in then?
Pickled and dipped, bright dipped. So as you can see, the colours come back to normal. It's held like this. And then it's rested on this rest. As you can see, I'm holding an old-fashioned ink nib, which is inserted onto a holder. And then what we do is we pick the colour up like this. This is vitreous enamel mixed with water. And then the colour is laid.
So how many staff did you have doing this then?
24. Altogether there was 24 ladies and gents. Obviously some did soldering, some ladies did enamelling. There was one lad we had who did all the linishing. Once the colours laid on the badges and the pan is completely full, obviously this is just as an example, it's brought up here in the firing shop, and then what we will do is we'll warm the enamel up, just make sure that it's all dry, there's no water. The compressor on, it's going to be a bit noisy. Then this is the next stage where it comes to the linishing area.
Linishing. So what does that mean?
Linishing, we linish all the excess enamel which is covered right on the badge. All the information and the details and the wordings. As soon as we start seeing that, that is it then. Now you can see the wordings have come up.
Right, now to my untrained eye that looks perfect as it is, but you reckon it's a bit dull. So
it's not finished. It's not finished. The shine, we need to bring the gloss back up, you see.
So here's the proof then, let's have a look. Let's have a look at these.
It's still not finished.
Oh, still not finished?
No, still got to be polished yet.
Oh right, blimey, looks good enough to me.
Isn't it easy to press on too hard? Just brilliant now, it's all finished, ready to be pinned up. I get a badge, pin goes in. By holding it at a 45 degree, twist the pin end round, so that gives me the spring. That's a broach pin badge ready for plating now. I could do 1,000 badge within over and a half.
You do 1,000 of these in an hour and a half?
Ah, yeah.
So how do you think you'll feel when you finally leave, if you end up doing that?
It's heartbreaking. Totally devastated it'll be. It'll be totally devastated. We've got so much experience and the skills.
We've been here over 30 years in this building.
It means a lot to us. Yeah. Put it this way, it means a lot.
Billions of people recently watched the royal wedding. Our invite got lost in the post, so instead we found out what went on in Ladywood.
We are at North Summerfield, where people are also celebrating their gardening projects.
More on that later, but first, the royal wedding.
About 400 people gathered in Victoria Square to watch the wedding ceremony on a big screen. TNT cameras were there at the moment. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge left Westminster Abbey in a carriage to head back to Buckingham Palace.
The atmosphere here has been absolutely electric. I would so far as to say magical.
TVs in the Twin Towers pub also showed the wedding, and there was a street party that was organised by the local residents. The biggest street party was held by residents in Selborne Road. It looked like the royal couple had turned up.
So the winner in the all children race today is Roberto.
Everyone did the conga.
I hope this is on TNT.
Oh, yeah.
Straight to the right.
And there was even an Easter egg hunt.
Now back in Summerfield, they are launching the Grow Well in Ladywood Community Gardening Project 2011.
They hope everyone will grow plants in their garden for a gardening competition.
We're going to be part of the national one about In Bloom, but so judges will come round and see about a whole area whether we actually have done okay or not. But in the meanwhile, we're going to try and get 1 or 2 people together, like 5 houses or 6 houses together, see if they are better gardens than the next 6 or 8 houses, and then we'll do that at the early July.
There you go, my darling. Thank you very much.
This is Thomas Manuel
and Nigel Nayot for TNT News.
Now back to the studio.
As part of the Cardinal Newman Heritage Project, a number of mosaics have been made for buildings in Ladywood. Bradley has been picking up the pieces.
Thank you, Nikisha. The first mosaic was unveiled at the Oratory School.
Father, and of the Son, and of the Spirit. Amen.
The third mosaic was unveiled at the Church of the Redeemer. It shows Parents' Folly and the Waterworks show. Work is underway on another mosaic for Spring Hill Library. This will be completed in June.
TNT, bang up to date.
Now Easter's over, we hope you haven't been eating too many eggs, but we know people who did. Here are some extremely exciting facts. Cadbury sell over 200 million eggs a year. I didn't have that many myself. Cadbury's once had a factory where the Hyatt Hotel now stands. Cadbury's also sell roses. 80% of them are sold at Christmas and Easter. Apparently, there's a very large egg on the loose in Ladywood. Isn't that right, Hannah?
So far, there's been no sign of the egg on the expressway. Oh!
Look back.
Hannah Rowley, TNT News in Ladywood, exhausted. Next, regular viewers will know that King Kong might be coming back to Birmingham. We've got no news on that yet, but if King Kong was on top of the building, he would certainly create a talking point like these mysterious creatures that Norman discovered in Germany.
This might look like a typical built-up area along a major river in a city centre. This is Dusseldorf in Germany. But take a closer look at one of these buildings.
Amazing, isn't it? These things just have to be seen to be believed.
They are enormous, and there are 29 of them. They were originally made to advertise a new plastics museum. The creatures are called Flossis. They've become a major tourist attraction, although not everyone likes them.
But at least it gives you something to talk about. And on reflection, perhaps that's not a bad thing.
I wonder what you think of them. Perhaps you could let us know. Now, for more news of the evening. Residents of Civic Close by the ICC are becoming involved in a great gardening project which has been launched by the Lord Mayor. And of course, TNT was there.
Who funded this project?
Mainly the Lottery Fund, who funded us with £8,873. Carillion, the builders of the new library, supplied us with 100 tonnes of topsoil, and they supplied some labour for putting up the fences, and in fact anything we wanted they helped us with. You have to think positively. Some people said, well, what if you have vandals, what if this? The thing is, if you think like that, you never do anything.
This is Tonight in Ladywood.
Whatever the time of day
or night, we've got snooze for you.
That's it from Tonight in Ladywood. I'm Nikisha Bedrick.
And I'm Hannah Rowley.
Thanks for watching. Good night.